just in case you forgot who we're talking about.
All right, boys.
Your posts are creative, and they are
all right, boys and gals. Hold on. Hold on. Where's my... There we go. Let's put this seat up.
In case you did not hear what we said, it's a phone contest giveaway.
Phone contest giveaway. It's too bad I wasn't here this day.
So that's plenty of time for you guys to go ahead and join, and of course, get a chance to win a great
All right.
Infinix phone for you.
We're gonna be watching some games tonight, studying a little bit, you know, all that good stuff, catching up before playoffs. We're gonna be doing that for the next couple days, I think. That's honestly, I think, the plan for the next couple days.
You have a chance to win 1,250 diamonds. It's now easier to save, and your in-game experience will be just as epic as your life. Sometimes our in-game experience not as epic as our life, or vice versa.
Literally listening to this album today.
Yeah. That's 2 draws for the Naruto skin, by the way. 2 draws.
That is
10 extra.
Sure, yes.
That's
Yo, Cody, Shinobi, what's up, guys? Sorry, I was literally listening to this album. I was listening to the Say Anything, a Real Boy album today.
And I know you were talking about the border and the tower that you can change to. So there's a whole lot. I hope. I wish
You guys probably don't know what that is, but hey, it's okay.
Like once this event is over,
Yeah.
I hope we do. I hope we get the option where we can just keep our map like that.
Permanently have the tower, the map, the whole aesthetic of the game right now. It's beautiful.
We're not gonna waste any time. We're just gonna jump in. We won't leave it on this view. We'll just do it during the draft.
What we saw?
Yeah.
All right, sorry, you completely derailed me with what we were talking about.
I
I had no idea that's what you were going for.
I just really want the Naruto skins to be complete.
The skins are honestly, the pictures of the skins throw me off.
Good answer right away because it blocks the potential.
It's honestly really crazy how hard they promoted the Naruto skins.
All right, they can go for more range.
Like with all the leagues hosting them, yada yada yada. It's kind of crazy.
Or fourth, so they go for the Badang instead.
Let me pop out chat real quick.
Still an option for Renegade.
Najakiro, what's up? What's up? What's up?
Okay, so now that we're in the second phase, we're gonna see some of the goals.
This game went like 20 minutes, didn't it? So it's got to be a good game. It's got to be a solid game.
And yeah, surprisingly, with this first phase locked in, who do we think has the better first phase picks?
Dang, still getting slotted
I'm leaning a bit
a
more
lot towards the end of MPL.
Aurora here. However, the main thing for Team Liquid is if they play around the early snowball of the Lucas, and yes, I'm gonna say Kalea here because you're thinking about the Kalea.
Do we think Aurora's gonna make it to MSC?
Of the juice in early on, force crowd control out. And
You guys think Aurora will make it?
With you to either get the Crimson Beacon or even
What do the people think?
of the Badang to dish out a little bit more damage early on. I'm still leaning a bit more towards Aurora because of the record of having the juice in with them is just stellar. And I like
Possibly.
They really wanted to focus a lot on the juice in of Yue, that they even rush picked the Hayabusa.
Like, what do you think the percentages they make it are? Do you think it's like 50-50? Do you think they got like a 70% chance?
Left with the Granger. In terms of other gold laners,
No, this is the 2-0 series. This is the Liquid winning 2-0.
yesterday it literally lacked damage, especially with the current lineup of Aurora, could be a problem. So now Aurora final bans.
Pretty sure it is, right?
Go with the gold lane ban. There's still the Granger, the Beatrix, even the Clint. Maybe we could see. Has Nathan showed up after the patch?
No.
Not yet, right?
No, he hasn't. Yeah, not yet. So this man's gonna be the hill.
Let's have conversation in the dark.
Hot pick lately, and last ban for this is gonna be CC. Interesting that the CC comes in and for the ban.
On.
Yeah.
The screen's too big.
I think Liquid are trying to bank on the idea that Edward is going to end up with a Badang here. Trying to see what are the chances of a Phobius potentially showing up, and you put the Badang onto Renege's hands instead.
Boom. Boom, boom.
Yeah.
Bro, you can watch this in 4K. That's crazy.
They might be funneled into putting the Badang at the EXP lane, that's right. I think this Lucas is already going into the jungle.
Yeah.
Lucas definitely jungle.
Okay. Well, there's the Moscon.
Play roam.
So with the Harith being banned out here, what would be best against the Moscon for gold lane?
How does the Valentina do against the Jushin? I feel like
I'd like to
it's
see
something that I
settle for the Granger here.
can enjoy. 40.
They're a little bit too divey for my taste, and they need to balance it out with a little bit more range. They get the glue, good space out, EXP, jungle. Ooh.
40 might be one of my favorite players of all time. I think if I just had to like pick a favorite player, he's up there.
Yeah.
Edward too. For some reason, it's just the XP laners.
For the early game, Aurora, on the other hand, if they can keep things close, their mid to late game power spike should be good, considering that they're playing around the Moscow. Oh, and we finally get the Kimmy in the gold lane. Debut for the season. They get reach with that, but it's long-range setup reach. It's not the damage reach that you want. Kimmy's, even at the high level, the ultimate of Kimmy, it doesn't hurt a lot. You use it for great setup, though. Yeah, so what was the big change with Kimmy now? Because I know there was some
She's just a bad mother lover now.
So why is she better?
Kimmy damage is actually out of control.
Her ultimate essentially becomes like a long-range setup. Her second skill works similar to Wings by Wings of Farsa, except it's a very short duration. You get increased movement speed. You can get past objectives. It's your sort of dash for not having a dash. It's a great escape tool. Yeah. And yeah, the ultimate's really the biggest thing. It's great for setup. Okay. Well, that last pick there over for Aurora is going to be
Khalid.
So if you look at the amount of utility that this lineup that Aurora
Khalid
has,
EXP?
that might be their biggest advantage. That they can play
Or Khalid Rome?
Problems is, of course,
Question mark?
Valentina across from them, so there is the potential to go ahead and take some of these utility options from Aurora's road.
I want to be able to skip.
Hayabusa, that might be really
Okay, so it's
now,
Khalid Rome.
There is a lot
Spoiler.
of this best of 3 as we get ready to go ahead and load up into the land of Dawn. Once
Bro,
again,
what is that thing?
Matchup and a matchup
What is that Edith overlay?
Going towards the playoffs. Will it be Team Liquid Philippines or will it be Aurora Gaming as we get ready to go in?
Bro, it looks so good in 4K. Let's be real. It does actually. I got a full screen on my monitor right now, and it's all 4K, and it does look really nice. Oh, my Lord. Bro, how... I want like a pause counter for each region to see which region has the most pauses.
With their early game aggression and snowball. The thing I'm really
the frustrating thing going against Kimmy anyways, like, you know, before was trying to catch her. And so part of
Oh!
is what build,
Oh, Lord. UA down already. Get it together, bro. I mean, JP down already. JP's fault. You really got to be careful against Khalid Rome, because level 1, it don't matter that he's Rome. He still packs a punch. Honestly, first 4 levels, he packs a punch.
They always want to start the game in the similar way. Aggro, heavy poke, get that early first blood, or even force out an early flicker or recall to go back to base to really win the center of the map.
I want to hear the casters a little bit. Renny J! Bro! Bro!
So Renegade he flickered while praying, then
he praying hands his ass, bro. He really did. Whoa, bro! That is disgusting. This was the last week at MPL PH. I recall.
He flickered while praying, then he stood up under a tower, then Desert Tornado.
I like that you mentioned the Jushin Khalid combo, because they literally did this against Omega a couple of days back.
Yep.
And you remember the Raging Sandstorm flicker combo of Renji to take down Andoryu. But wait a minute.
Bro, Aurora's... Oh my god, what is that damage?
From Sanford and Carl to turn things...
What the f... Bro, what is going on in this game right now?
Andoryu, but wait a minute.
Boom, big stun, big pushback. Boom, boom.
From Sanford and Carl
Holy shit.
to turn things around and take down 2.
Trying not to curse too much in the beginning of this game, but what just happened, bro?
To take down,
all right, so Edward
Andoryu
tries to pop the fist crack. Big stun comes in from Sanford. Sanford gets the push over. Big damage, and bro.
From Sanford and Carl to turn things around and take down 2.
Ninetales looks good right now.
Ninetales unleashed right there. That's Naruto. Right.
That's Naruto.
Aurora all dived onto the Lucas early on, level 4. Hell yeah, the Lucas is gonna be.
And it's right before Turtle.
Get so much back,
bro, Aurora's looking so good in those in that first minute.
By trying to secure the turtle, but
bro! JP! Range able to steal the turtle. Carl TZ down.
Carl TZ and JP as well, but the fight is still not done. They want to go for more. UA working on
oh,
Edward with
bro.
The combo and the
How did I not watch this game live? I'm so upset I didn't watch this game live right now. I am heartbroken that I did not watch this game live. This is fucking chaos.
And Sanji will be able to walk away.
Man, we have a game on our hands already for this game 1. And it's Aurora holding their own and even getting an advantage against a team like TLPH who loves to start early and aggressive. They're fighting back.
Told you guys, chess match, headbutting in an octagon with monster trucks. Already 8 kills before the 3-minute mark. An absolute bloodbath everywhere. And I am enjoying what I'm seeing. Because yes, there's a lot of fights, there's a lot of kills.
2K gold, 1.5K gold lead over to Aurora.
Major early game conditions.
I honestly appreciate the tech pause early on, because it gave us a calm before the storm. Because right now, Team Aurora again putting a lot of pressure onto the middle lane, now onto the bottom.
Tilo, what's up? Good morning.
On Oheb. Oheb not a good start though, as Dominkai just literally winning the gold lane matchup.
Yeah, Oheb might have to rely on some support here, of course, and also could just be one of those instances where you really need to get to that late game for this Kimmy to shine. You know, we're seeing things right here. It's a small gold lead right now for Aurora, but it seems like they control the map, you know, because of, again, the amount of utility that they're able to go ahead and play with. So they're going to wait and set things up for this next objective.
RV does YouTube. What's up, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome.
And Oheb continuing up here, trying to hold his own. But yeah, you have Dominkai.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Lead against
Hit that
Oheb.
notification bell.
So we see Oheb using the second skill to get into a little bit of a better position to poke against the Moskov. So Dominkai used the knockback, then Oheb quickly popped the second skill to get a little bit of a movement speed boost to get a little bit closer to the Moskov to be able to dish out a bit of basic attack.
Okay, now they spotted out JP, so JP's gonna walk away, but now Aurora has good position for this turtle dig, but immediately 4 members of the cavalry are here to get
Rennie J, keeping the front line down.
Okay, turtle's up. He's gonna hold his
UA
own
poking.
front.
Watch for Demon Kite in the back. He brings in the back push up. Big Tsunami Slam. Carl T's able to get the turtle. Oheb able to get the kill on Edward. High Boost has got to run away. Here comes the stuns. UA might be in trouble.
He's going to be able to escape, but that's a win for TLPH.
So unfortunate there for Aurora, the SOD of Oheb didn't hit. Although if it did hit, I don't think Dom and Kite would have gotten in there. It would have been way too risky. As Carl Teasy, another great flash combo while Unleash the Beast is up,
Lucas is all honestly disgusting, bro.
Deal a good amount of burst damage onto 2, which led to a big win for TLPH. So far, Carl Teasy's been on point right there with the
TREX, who goes to MSC?
Yeah, that's what
I don't know, bro. TLPH and somebody. The rest doesn't matter.
At the top of the gold, standing here right now. Almost got that turret. Should get it here. It's going to fall down now. Tier 1 in the bottom
I think
lane.
TLPH has got a chance.
Back. So Edward, hold on.
Okay. Connects the combo, but Carl Teasy was able to dash out. There's the
I'm talking for NA casters. I don't know yet.
Carl Teasy cannot escape.
I don't know yet, bro.
And he's going to fall down.
No official invites have gone out yet. Normally they wait till all the seasons are done.
Within the vicinity of protecting Carl Teasy, so they just went ahead, made the call, and went for the invade and took down Carl. Great call by Renjay Yue and the lads, the rest of Aurora.
Yeah, there's again they're playing around the fact that they have a lot of these options.
I mean, obviously, I think there's good odds that I could go just because of, you know, I've been to a lot of internationals now, but that doesn't, you know, there's no, I'll tell you this much, no official announcements have happened yet. Like no, at least not that I know of exactly. No official, no official invites have happened yet. There's been some talks of invites coming soon, but I haven't gotten the official email yet.
Not able to keep up with that push here. Real quick too, Kimmy flies back to the land of Dawn. The last time Kimmy was played in MPL Philippines was in Season 9. That's April 29, 2022, by then Onyx Philippines Marky.
Yeah, that's 2 picks now in 2 days that were last played in Season 9. Yesterday, it was Isun Shin, last played Season 9 by Kyrie.
Rennie J.
Now it's the
Rennie, oh, what a nice combo. But it's not enough. Bro, this is how disgusting Kimmy is, bro.
The quick sand guard is even enough against the damage coming in from Oheb as Aurora sets things up with the turtle.
All right, here's the turtle. Last one in the game.
You think we forgot the hair? What beard question? All I did was, should I shave my beard? I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
Still holding on for this turtle. Demon Kite will go back in and no.
Even if I ask that question, I will say this. I have not gotten an official invite yet. No official invite yet.
Gets spotted out by Carl.
Good initiation from Carl Teasy. Might be able even to bring down the hitman. Forced out the flicker already. Here comes the
oh, bro.
Carl
the Bijou bomb.
Revenge tour as he takes down Renegade.
It was a mistake, Renegade-san. That's what Carl Teasy said. He spots him out, takes him out in a easy, just 1v1 even. And so, yeah, that was a little moment that TLPH needs. Again, they're still getting out macroed though at the you know, big picture here.
Let's see if Team Liquid Philippines will be able to convert their skirmish wins, objective wins, through with better macro. I think Team Liquid Philippines at some point might actually double down on the idea of the only way we can wipe them out is if we are walking to a fight 5v4 that becomes a 5v5 because of a SOD entry by Moskov and just out-execute and win it from there. Because Dominicate is not showing up in these fights. He is pushing the map. Which,
Does rank reset rules apply to you if you don't reach? Yes, rank reset rule applies to my account. I didn't play for 2 seasons, so I ended up in Grandmaster like a couple seasons ago.
Once again at JP.
Because it just keeps resetting. I didn't like rank hard, you know what I'm saying? Like I played casually, but I didn't like rank. And then I was like, all right, I got to play some more. And I ranked up, and then I haven't really played the last season at all. Am I going to have a watch party for playoffs? Fuck yeah, I am, bro.
They want to bring down Sanji, force out the Crimson Beacon, and now a sacrifice for Daddy JP to make sure Sanji escapes.
Okay, so the enhanced basic attack of the Kalea, JP was actually tracking Demon Kite, and that animation could have locked in all the way to a Demon Kite getting killed by JP. But while JP was mid-air in that animation, Demon Kite...
How's your restaurant doing? It's doing well. Managing life is hard, but it's fun. I enjoy managing, so... For those that don't know, I recently became the manager at the restaurant I've worked at for the past 5 years.
Aurora blitzing the Lord.
No longer a waiter.
Successfully. They might want to go for a trade, forced out the Raging Sandstorm coming in from Renegade. They also take down Jungle Creeps away from TLPH.
Oh, the back and forth between these two. Aurora, though, have gotten some much bigger wins in recent minutes, now ballooning to a 5K gold lead.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Let's share the stream on Instagram now that we've been live for a little bit.
Close in terms of the gold against the Hayabusa, while the Kimmy is falling behind.
Let's have conversations in the dark.
On the way to potentially full building the Rose Gold Meteor after already picking up the Magic Blade. Only up to a Holy Crystal, though, is this Kimmy as her Feather of Heaven rush.
Yeah, Dominicate's been doing work.
Hold on 1 second. Bro, how does TLPH come back from this? Hold on 1 second. Let's create a video real quick. Oh my lord. We're going to be watching some MPL PH games, possibly some MPL ID games from the season to study up before playoffs. Come check us out, join the live stream, say hello, say what's up, all that good stuff. See you there. Paste. Done.
Might look to force a fight here. Oh.
Forced out the Crimson Beacon plus Purify, so 2 major resources gone for Yue. Sanji already has his own Raging Sandstorm. JP used up the flicker, but not enough space to catch Demon Kite.
Yeah, that could have been a good read, because that's where Demon Kite was. It's just they were...
I know this game goes to like 20 minutes, so we're in for a show, guys.
The timing was already off. And Team Liquid Philippines, even though they brought Yue down low, they couldn't risk forcing that team fight in the orange buff because the Lord was marching up top.
Yeah, they still got to deal with this Lord. There's the Rose Gold Meteor. They're locked in now by Dominic. They're going to be fine. They're going to knock down the tier 2 in the mid lane. And TLPH will try to hold in against this, but they might get forced into a fight here.
Nice pushback.
We have 2
trying to get the tower. They may be able to defend it. Well done by TLPH. Nice damage.
Domain Kite in the front lines got punished by the cavalry.
Domain Kite.
Wow. I'm surprised they just caught Domain Kite there.
Yeah, got blasted. I did not expect that sheer raw output of damage, and I don't think Dominicate expected that as well. I feel like a part of him is going...
I mean, you can just repost it, RV. I don't really have to mention. You just go on my Instagram and go to the story and then click repost.
For him to split push at this point. So, yes, he goes down there in that instance, and That's a showing that TLPH's damage is obviously still
But if you
pretty
like
good
share the stream on
despite
your
them
own
earlier
account,
being
then yeah,
down
I'll
by,
repost yours.
4,000 gold. They still
You
can
make
go
your own
ahead
thing.
and work towards getting some of these turrets down. That's what they really need to get back into this game here, especially before that next Lord comes up. So they might have to rely every single time JP has that flicker available to try to go ahead and make a play just to get that numbers advantage, because he's going to be the one to do it. And also, depending on what ultimate Sanji has been taking, majority of this game, we've seen him go ahead and take UAs, but right now he's holding on to the Khalid ultimate too, just to see if he can use the Raging Sandstorm to set things up so it doesn't always have to be JP. Because if they can kind of combo those together or pick one or the other, that might keep Roar on their toes here before the next objective.
Adora!
Carl TZ positioning a little bit more
Oh,
like
shit!
the utility junglers of old.
It's crazy that I remember your name. Well, I guess it's a very easy. You're the only Adora I've ever met. But it's just, I don't know. I immediately knew it. And then I looked at your picture and I knew even more. And I was like, what's up? I met Adora at M6. Me and Naisu watched a lot of games with her. She was a friend of Naisu's. Cool people. Very cool people. Well done. Carl TZ able to get the kill. Demon Kai finds Sanji though. It's 1-for-1. This game's back and forth. Shadow kill. Oheb though, man. That's a bro. Kimmy's so broken. How? How is Oheb still alive? Bro, we're gonna have to rewatch this one. Holy shit. Domi as well though, just we gotta go back. Because the engage to re-engage to disengage to re-engage is insanity. Kimmy got nerfed, Lapu got buff. Itchy, itchy, itchy. Okay, so let's see. Let's back it up for a second, boys. Back it up, girls, boys, all that stuff. Here comes a conceal play. Demon Kai goes back. Doming also up to the top lane to clear wave. TLPH finally does rush it. Carl T is able to grab onto UA, looking for the Tsunami Slam, not able to get it. Sanji takes the Raging Sandstorm. Gets the stun. Carl TZ able to take out UA. Down to the boss side though. Carl TZ able to take UA. Rennie J tries to get the big stun. Brings the Raging Sandstorm of his own. Spear Destruction does connect onto everybody. A lot of damage. Does connect onto TLPH as well. Sanford's able to bring the stun back. Finally gets the grab, slam. Edward in a little bit of trouble. Where did Oheb go in the midst of all this? Hold on. Oheb finally dashes back to get away from Rennie J. Rennie J does go down. Edward backs off. Demon Kite on the run. Watch for Demon Kite coming in. Tries to lock on. He did not have the shadow, or he did have the shadow kill? No, he doesn't have shadow kill here. So he flickers in. Gets the kill, immediately flickers back. Bro. Honestly, insanity.
Alive amongst it all somehow. They're still going to be working on the Lord here. Demon Kai is
but you say that you
Rora says, and they back off. What a fight that
Yo, what's funny is Adora, literally the moment you jump in here, I jump on Instagram, and your recent post is the first one that pops up. Ice cream looks good. Food, I'm jealous. Well, Wu Zishen incoming.
Aurora secures the Lord.
Man,
I don't know.
What a fight for Aurora there, and like you mentioned,
Depends on when
I
she
feel like
gets
Dominic
locked in.
Considering where he even was in that team fight,
I mean, MSC's not till the end of next month, right? Not till the... Actually more, because what? We're about to be June. MSC's not till the end of July. So we got 2 months till MSC still.
So now this gives Aurora the opportunity once again to play into this Lord. And with this, it's going to be really a lot of work for TLPH to defend against it. Yes, they're still able to provide a lot of damage with this lineup. They should be able to go ahead and defend at least the majority of this push. And I don't think this is a game-winning Lord unless they just massively lose this.
Takuna, you don't have to tag me in every time you post. I'll see your chat.
It's a massive loss. At most, they can lose all their inhibitors, maybe even just 2 inhibitors. But to lose the game
14 minutes in
push already would mean that something went terribly wrong for Team Liquid. It's very defendable in their case right now. But if Aurora pulls this off, then it becomes an
NT comes in.
Top lane inhibitor. Already bursted down. Okay, so Sanji still holding
NT Karas or NT Karas? Which one, guys?
Okay, looks like they're just.
Okay, why they ban the new heroes from tournaments? In case of bugs, things like that. Normally it's 2 weeks, but I heard that, like for Kalea, it was only a week or something. I can't remember. I feel like they might have changed it. But in the past, it was always 2 weeks until a new hero was allowed to be played. Boom! Well done, well done. The Liquid Stampede. Look at Domenkite in the backside. Demonkite in the backside. Demon looking for Oheb. Oheb able to dash back. Carl TZ locks on to Renny J. Renny J does finally drop. Immortality does pop up in the top side though. Domenkite, Demonkite getting taken out.
What just happened?
Well done, boys.
TLPH turns it.
Gonna be able to bring him down on the other hand.
Bro.
On the back line, but then Wiki shadow kill. Carl TZ still racing after Renegade. Immortality will be popped, but OM and Carl TZ says no and brings him down. 4 men will fall down for the side of Aurora.
What just happened? TLPH turns it around.
They tried to divide and conquer the other, but Liquid, they showed their own excellence in execution.
I mean, the Wu Zixin thing, I'm probably murdering that name right now. Wu Zixin? No way it ends right here. It doesn't end here. Well done, well done, well done, well done, well done, well done, well done. Wait. They got minions. SOD finds JP.
Surrounded by 3, and an unstoppable kill.
Minions!
Down to the bottom lane. This might be another Minions game. Will they
Oh Lord, bro. How did I miss this live? Golly, what a whiff.
They are still in the game.
What is happening?
What is happening in this one?
We're redefining what it means to be a champion with our new trophies. Showing
Bro.
off what the trophy you win in the Philippines is the most sought after, the one that holds the most weight.
A lot of damage on the Carl TZ.
Hit onto Carl TZ, but he was able to escape. Here comes a grab coming in from Sanford, surrounded by 4. This might be the sacrificial play for TLP.
Could this be? Honestly, I don't know. This game is
But was it worth it?
Oh!
Almost spotted out
So
Carl
close.
TZ, and now Aurora set their eyes on this Lord.
What a freaking game.
Man, forget what's happened in the past 17 minutes because right now this
For an MPL game, yeah, this is for an end of season MPL game.
And now can TLPH replicate what they did earlier to possibly turn the game around again?
All right.
This is Game 7 Grand Finals material.
To end the game premature. They should not have pushed way too deep. Seems like they forgot about the timers, especially of the comeback of the Moskov, who with Domenkite hitting that Spear of Destruction was able to help turn things around, leading to the point where Team Liquid Philippines, who lost track of their macro, the top lane minion waves, now it's the top lane minion waves that are the heaviest. And now they have to defend against this. This is going to be a hard defense for the Cavalry.
They're going to have to.
I don't know, man. Lucas is disgusting in the jungle right now.
These base turrets down. Oheb's working on the lore to clear
Oh, a lot of damage on a Sanford.
Takes quite a bit of damage.
Able to stop the mid lane. Good clear.
On the base turrets.
Well done by TLPH.
But again, the amount of defense that this lineup gives for TLPH, they stay in the game.
Yeah,
I know, that's what I'm saying. It feels like Game 7 Grand Finals, but this is Game 1 end of season. Doesn't really matter that much. They're both already going to playoffs, upper bracket.
Bring it down to at least 50–40% health. Then they would have decided to dive it. But since they just could not, even though RenJ had a really good angle there in the back, as you saw, they had to pull out of the fight. Here, overextension by Liquid. Lost track of the minion respawn time at 16:10. Lost track of the respawn timer of
the nice replay
Kite.
screen.
They were a little bit too eager to try and end the game there. They should have focused a little bit more on getting control back onto the side lanes. That's one of the biggest pressure points right now on Team Liquid's side, that they cannot get good macro control at the top and the bottom.
So this is the question. That by the time this next Lord comes
Say
up,
that
you know,
you're not worth it.
away,
You can
are they
hop
actually
on your
able
flaws.
to go ahead and contest it? Are they actually in a fighting position? And do they put themselves in that position to contest it, or is it better for them to go ahead and try to defend? Because now we're talking about a Lord that is beefed up, and we know that stat before that we talked about previously, last week even, where the team that gets that Lord that's evolved usually ends up having a high percentage of winning the game here. So TLPH might not have a choice. They might just have to go and fight it out against Rora.
Yeah, but they have to watch out for the potential backdoor play. Again, they have Dominkite, who's working on the macros with the Moskov. But now Aurora.
So, Gojo, what happened to him, bro?
Try and go for a crucial pickoff. Again,
I think there's just better mages right now.
Edward and for
He's
Renegade,
also
but
really
they
in
instead
mobile.
gonna try and
Once
go
how you
for
boot, I
turbo
think here's
bump.
another thing, right?
Let's see
In mobile
who's gonna
mages,
initiate first
once some of
between
these
the top
assassin
two
and
teams.
very aggressive junglers became meta,
Aurora might even
in
take a
mobile
chance
mages,
just to give them that advantage,
are gonna
for
have
securing
problems.
The next Lord here. So they'll go ahead and they just check things out. JP's going to force them back, though, too, as he does have his immortality. So the Lord is coming up, and Aurora will go ahead and make their way for this. The buffs are up, so we'll see Demon Kite go ahead and secure that. Winter Crown being picked up here for UA. That could be a big item for them in this next fight.
I like the last 3 items that Oheb went for here as the Kimmy. That's why he's standing at 8, 2, and 4. Concentrated energy, Blood Wings, and even a Wind of Nature. Knowing that a lot of the physical damage dive that Aurora can dish out onto him is what he needs to defend against. So he's balanced of course, what you get now with the Kimmy with the attack speed, how her skills actually also scale off of physical damage, so she gets just a little bit of that from the Wind of Nature as well as an extra attack speed, so that you increase the magic power of the Kimmy with more attack speed that you get. Good sustainability. It's a good build by Oheb.
Good stop there from Sanji. Already has his Raging Sandstorm as well. JP trying to soak up the
Who do I think is winning MPL pit? Well, hold on a second. TLPH, baby. That's who I think's winning. That's who I think's winning all the time, every time, whenever.
For Team Liquid there is that JP actually didn't need to use his Tsunami Slam. But
In this season, it's actually feeling that way. Not just me being a fan.
Such a hard time for these late game Lord dances. They have to clean up so much to just try and contest for the
I said it in the beginning of the season. Hashtag it's 40 season.
Yep, you're setting Sanford basically on a glue to deal with these wave pushes. Here's the Lord, though. It's a quarter of the health.
Oh.
Coming in from Oheb, but
Bro! RenJ still able to get it. JP low. Look at Carl teasing the backside, though. On to UA and targetable. Out comes Winter Crown. Sanji does go down. Sanji able to take out Domin Kite. RenJ pushing back Oheb. Oheb able to rearrange, but up in the top side, JP and Carl Teasy still doing damage. Down goes Doming. I meant Demon. Oh! UA still gets Carl Teasy. JP. Bro, what is going on?
3v2 Lord marching up top. It's just the Kimmy and the glue. Team Liquid Philippines might actually be able to hold on here. They don't have their main physical damage dealers, but they
There's
have
no way. TLPH wins this game. I'm pretty sure that's what I thought I read. Maybe I read it wrong.
It could be risky, or it could be very, very rewarding for them.
Oh, they're going to manage the waves, and now they're going to deal with this Lord and the rest. It's Sanford and Oheb. Can they
no fucking way.
Against this push from Rora?
Oheb's pulling the Lord. Bring the Lord over. RenJ whiffs hard. There's no way. They just all they gotta do is focus the base. They can't focus the base. There's no fucking way TLPH somehow does this. SOD comes down, does not connect. If he connects that, they might have won. Stop the cap, bro.
23 minutes in with only 2 members, and Oheb made it happen alongside.
How did I miss this game live? What is wrong with my life?
This could have been a different story if the Spear of
The only
Destruction
thing
of
that
Atrox
hurts
got
as
hit,
much as Roar
but
losing
it
this game
missed.
is the fact that I
Aurora
didn't
did
watch this
everything
game
they could to
live.
try and end there. The right call, the right play. But Sanford on that glue.
I'm so
held
mad I didn't
on
watch
for
this game
dear
live.
life to give space for Oheb to deal just enough damage so that when Sanji got back, Aurora had to back off.
Oh man, when you look at this, this is a masterclass of knowing where to be, especially when you're Sanford. And like you
Oh,
mentioned,
bro,
if
that
Spear
SOD.
landed, could have been a different story. But TLPH just played that so well. Again, you got to remember how difficult it is to deal with that kind of evolved Lord pushing in, the waves also together, and the way that
Why is
Oheb
Ballman
had
not
to juggle
picked?
around that whole thing. So
He has
now it
no
all brings
crowd
us to this
control,
once
really, bro.
again. Lord is
He's
coming up
tanky.
almost at the 25-minute
I think
mark.
there's Hilda's
And the biggest
tankier,
advantage Aurora
Glue's
has is they only have
tankier.
that one base turret down for now, while meanwhile TLPH has to deal with these pushes coming in from all lanes. And who's gonna be
CC
the
could
one to
probably
go ahead
just
and deal
kite
with that?
him.
A lot of times it's Sanford. So we might see Aurora also choose to go ahead and play with possibly putting Domain Kite on one of those side lanes to push in. But now that this Lord is up here, they'll wait for that buff to come up in the purple for Demon Kite and then get ready to play this out again. Again, one of the biggest differences in this fight, though, is the immortalities were all popped in the last
I mean, you never know.
Yep. So they got to rely on the other defensive items that they might have for this. They still have to take their time with this Lord coming up. JP?
Oh, nice tsunami slam. Nice connect by Carl TZ. He's got to back off, though. A lot of damage on a Carl TZ. Forced it back. Renny J keeps on. Bro, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though.
Immortality pump, surrounded by 4, a double kill coming in from Oheb. The next one is Edward.
Bro, Renny J continues to go way deep to push Oheb back, but he dies for it every fucking time.
Just like that, 3 fall. They still have a lot of minion waves to handle. Demon Cat's gonna try and split push end up against the glue.
No.
Hayabusa versus glue. 3 versus 1 in the base of Aurora.
It's gonna be a base push as Demon Kai already committed the Wiki
Base
shadow
race.
kill. One minion card left for TLPH. Sanford still holding his own.
What a way to go, bro.
Time for TLPH. Oheb has his eyes on the base. They're locking in by you and trying to defend. And TLPH will still secure the game.
What a game.
TLPH with discipline made it happen, turned the game around multiple times, and will get the victory at game 1.
This just shows how valuable it is for all the teams in the toughest region, the home of champions, to end the regular season.
Yesterday, I believe it was.
Am I studying for a future coach
Now
position?
it's
No.
Oheb with the Kimmy. And I do agree, it was a tough task for
Just trying to be a
Oheb
smart
stay
guy.
alive, mainly because we always see Renny J chasing after Oheb, not to mention even Demon Kite with his Wiki shadow kill. But the fact that
They just got to win this epic rival match.
for the
2-1 or 2-0. 2-1 or 2-0.
for the new trophy.
2-1 or 2-0.
All right, now to the drafts. Oh,
Coach
interesting too.
RC.
The Clay is going to be banned out. The Jushin over here from TLPH on this side. And Louis, I'm wondering, can we see a world where the chip is not banned out, left open, and TLPH wants to play with a chip, possibly?
I think they might open the chip because the last time we saw Renny J play the chip, didn't go that well for Aurora. It's still something you do have to respect, though. As Aurora, here and there with a chip, yes, but it's still a chip.
I'm never gonna hold you home.
Nah, they opened the chip.
The whole Aurora's Domang and Renny J. Eh.
Could this be a
I think Renny J definitely played a
good
little
first
off.
because again, the trades for,
Hayabusa
TLPH
ban.
on the other hand, no Joy
Get the
banned
Lucas
out
here.
as well, so
You know, if they go
Lucas
chip here, I
Suyo
wouldn't
is like the
mind
options.
rushing to Lucas
Suyo
Valentin
seems
already.
weaker and weaker by the day.
and they answered the chip with a Badang player. That was used against
Yeah, they can do that too.
yeah. Where did we see the Badang Valir up against the chip? I forgot what game. I have to recall that.
Wait, it starts
Could be
tonight?
options, Aurora, they have a lot of options for the
No, it
first
doesn't
pick.
start
Chip is in
tonight. It's
play.
next week, isn't it?
Kalea,
Yeah, I'm
for
gonna
the
watch
Hitman,
PL.
and they are going
Every
for the
year I
chip.
watch MPL-PH playoffs.
Okay.
Oh, it starts in 2 days.
Aurora, where we saw the Badang
Yeah, in
Valir
2 days we're gonna watch it, bro.
So let's see if it's gonna be Badang Valir. If they're gonna rush the Lucas Valentina right
Starts
away.
on Wednesday
If they would,
or Tuesday night.
think that if Lucas is going to be a very important piece right now for Team Liquid's play, they have to pair it up with the Valentina.
Yeah.
They can get Valentina, get Lucas later.
Coach can
just
win
get
whatever
one of
they
the other
want.
Power picks. One of them being the Harith, as they lock that in.
Okay. Earth was banned out the previous game, so
Chip ban up front.
Here, great pick for Oheb, one of his probably favorite heroes and most successful heroes that he's played so far. Now we'll see here if they do pick it up. Do they actually just wait for Lucas? Okay, they go with the Phoveus. Phoveus was banned out the previous game too, so you go ahead and grab this. And man, I remember the monster game that Sanford had on the Phoveus yesterday.
Phoveus, yeah.
MVP performance from him when he played that Phoveus against TNC Pro team.
Am I going to be watching all games? I'm going to be watching some games.
So let's see if we can replicate
as
that
many
here
as
today.
I can
Aurora
possibly
can
hit.
afford
Oh, you're
to
talking about for
very
MP for
opposition.
playoffs.
I think they would
I will
rather
probably
get
not watch
here
all
now.
the games. I have to work throughout that whole week. So, like,
For Demon Tide. If that's not what you're going to be playing,
I'm either going to watch for day one.
But then again, every time you want to consider picking up the Lucas, you have to think about the Valentine.
I'm either going to watch
You can still get picked. So they decided to play it safe. They go Moskov, Suyo instead.
I'll probably
Good
watch
macro
Onyx
presence
PH
by
versus Twisted
Aurora.
Minds.
Good crowd control in the center of the map, dueling as well.
Day 2, I'll probably watch Team Liquid versus whoever
You don't
wins.
have to worry right now about the Valentina.
Though Onyx versus, I might try to watch both that day.
Oh man. Okay.
We'll see.
So I think even this though, TLPH still has to be very careful on the amount of pressure that Rora can put on the map just with these picks alone. You know, having that chip, having that Moskov, they got to be able to go ahead and answer that. So what do you think some of the best answers for dealing with that pressure TLPH can do here in their last 2 picks, Redmar?
Oh, they can pick up to deal with the pressure of Aurora.
Yeah, TNC versus Falcons will be a bomb. It's true. Maybe I skip game 1 and watch that instead.
They can go for the Jawhead Lucas combo at the center of the map. So I'm looking at either those two, Lucas or the Tigreal for JP. I wouldn't want to see something passive like a high loss. I'd want to see something that pushes the pedal to the metal. If they can't counter the aggro, then they be aggro themselves.
Yeah, or a Badang could also be a viable option for JP. TNC. Nice that you mentioned this, that the chip could really be a double-edged sword.
Yeah, it always is.
Yeah,
like I always feel like the chip is a double-edged
And they
sword.
actually lost with a lineup of Chip and Suyo.
Yeah.
I don't know,
versus
Tuyang.
TNC Pro team,
I don't know
week
much
7
about
last
EU.
day, so
That's Ron. Stop now.
Ron, no.
Ron. He is the rabbit hole at this point.
Let the man be happy and feel
Ron.
fulfilled.
Badang gets taken out, by the way, by Aurora.
Okay, there. So you're forced out with a take jaw hits for JP later on, but they go with a Navaria for Sanji.
Stop all
I heard that COVID is back. COVID never left,
It's like
bro.
Ron hasn't got anything in about 10 pulls. Yeah, we're cutting the camera. So
I mean, it's just not. I think it's just gonna be like the flu at this point, right? Like, you know, some people will catch it.
Yeah. Ooh. Could be good, could be bad. Actually, both of them have, that's one of the things about a Navarra comp. Could be good, could be bad. Same thing goes for the chip.
Is Fanny
The
not
Navarra
picked
without
because of
a
other
really
jungles? I
crowd
don't know.
control, susceptible to the invades coming in from Aurora. While of course the chip, once he gets his ultimate, double-edged sword, he can go either really good.
I mean, the
or really
Hayabusa
bad. He did for Edward, pick up a
can deal with the Fanny, I
the
think.
Sicilian could be okay.
You got crowd control with the.
For you,
I feel like there's some answers to. There's just a lot of answers to the Fanny.
Oh wow, that's very suffocating. Is the draft of Aurora, while Liquid are still gonna hammer down in their team fight, skirmish focused play.
Yeah.
Similar to game number 1, Aurora could play for the macro very well, while Team Liquid will just try and make the map feel small with the presence of the Navarre and God of Kaja. However, the Chip and the Farsa do the same thing.
Yeah, so almost kind of like an even lineup, I would say, on both sides. You know, it's
Is
not one
Mobazane
lineup
coming with the
having
SAUL
the strengths
team?
over the other
I
like
think
we
so.
had in
That's what the
previous
word
game
on the
1,
street is,
where they
right?
both serve almost
The word on the
nearly same
clips.
purpose.
That's
I
what
would
the
just say
MLBB
maybe
news
a
says.
little bit of an advantage, again, that you can play with a chip and a Moskov when it comes to the macro here. You're not going to see much of a difference between the rating, though, for both of these teams, but there is a lot of early potential,
Yeah.
I would say, for TLPH.
Yeah, early to mid game and even the late game potential, it goes very well right now for Team Liquid Philippines. Dare I say, Aurora, them to execute their lineup, it's tougher to execute.
I hate this
compared to the
overlay.
lineup of TLPH.
This
Yes,
Edith.
the Harris will have to dance around a lot of things. There's a lot to check also for Liquid. But they have one of those lineups that can be just like press buttons, win. Aurora, like press buttons with a lot of calculating in between to decide if it's actually the right time to do the thing.
We'll see if they can press the buttons and win this one. It's a match point right now for TLPH, looking to get that top seed further if they go ahead and sweep here. Will it be TLPH?
Do you guys think they really just like it's like they hard planned Naruto and Sasuke to be meta right when this dropped, right? Like big brain marketing team on Moonton right now. I can't get over how well they pushed this Naruto event.
It could also mean or spell disaster for Renegade if ever the shortcut will be countered out immediately by TLPH. So let's see how they're going to pull it off. Because again, for TLPH, it's honestly just Sanford go for the backline, divide and conquer Aurora once again, and let Oheb dance on his dance floor.
Oh, the crab coin went to Sanji there, able to get that with a Star Shatter that delays the farm of Demon Cat by just a bit. Katizi will be hitting level 4 just in time. Team Liquid also drafted one of those drafts just after a win like that they worked for.
Yeah.
They can win this fast, around 15 to 16 minutes. If if they're being disciplined about it. Could be 13 if they just want to go crazy and just continue the aggression. And
Nice little block by Renegade.
One of the things that
Doesn't seem like a lot, but it is. Starve out this minion here.
Makes TLPH think a little bit more about being aggressive is the Edith. Of course, Primal Wrath, a full charge of that.
Well done by Roar there.
Is one of the
their mid lane control, like between Renegade, I will say this, they're like first 2 minutes, Yue and Renegade on that mid lane is very clean.
Oh yes.
Emblem that he's running here.
Very
so
clean.
Up. We're going to see how the team fighting works out for both the teams too. TLPH, you know, this is any time, especially early game, you have to deal with this Phoveus that a lot of times 1v3s and holds his own. As he goes for Edward, Renegade's around the corner. Turtle's going to be worked on though.
They might just try to concede it instead as Carl TZ will secure the first turtle.
Renegade's the big issue I see from Renegade here and there is sometimes he just goes a little too deep. He commits a little too much.
Swing plus turtle for TLPH.
What we were talking about.
Midnight Owl mode from the 28th, June 1st. Hell yeah.
Early on, and they need to. Aurora's lineup, when scaled, is very good at long team fights, considering their ultimates can extend team fights even more. While Team Liquid Philippines, if they don't have their ultimates, team fighting for them is going to be a big struggle. Yeah, look at the Lucas, look at the Harith.
Yeah, that's why they play around that advantage of this early game, you know, when we were talking about the compositions there that they have, but also even to an extent, having a Revitalize that Rora doesn't really have kind of covers that base for TLPH right now. So like you mentioned, Renmar, the game plan is if they can end the game quick, you know, without the game kind of extending way too long, like in game 1 where we saw a 26-minute game, then TLPH can play with that advantage. But Rora might even look to just go ahead and farm up and hope to get to the later stages game. First items aren't being locked in just yet, but they're getting close as Aurora just goes and looks to kind of stop the gold lead from going out of hand here, because it's already based off that, you know, initial team fight and those couple kills. You're already almost looking at
it is already getting out of hand.
Deficit if you're Aurora here. So it looks like they'll just go ahead and try to rely on keeping Dome and Kite farming up, doing his thing like we saw in the previous game, to a point where he can just go ahead and push.
Carl Fred will wreak havoc again. We'll see if Fredrin becomes meta again.
So many times that it might be a little bit more difficult for Dome and Kite to actually do that on the Mozcov in game 2.
Okay. Good duel right here. Oh, good pressure by Liquid on the Edith.
Okay, flash combo coming in from Carl. TC as Sanford goes in with Infernal Pursuit. Here comes the Primal Wrath coming in from Edward. They might try for Sanford, unleash the beast.
Oh!
TC forced out the flicker already, but Yue goes in with
the airstrike.
Sanford still was able to Infernal Pursuit and bring down Demon Kite. There's the trade they're waiting for.
Bro!
Sanford is still alive!
Bro!
In again with the Infernal Pursuit.
Sanford goes down. But JP's able to get the kill. 2 for them. Maybe too much of a.
Again, Sanford stayed alive for so long.
Stop it.
Yeah, that was a big trade. Aurora lost Demon Cat and Edward. But that was Team Liquid getting some wins there.
Oh, Renegade.
Oh, some losses. Oh, no, Renegade. Oh.
JP, what are you doing, bro?
Too much.
JP.
Overzealous play from Daddy.
I mean, he does get a lot of gold plating, though, for Sanji there,
Unfortunate there for
because he
JP.
forces
Could have been enough,
he
but,
forces
with the
Running J back.
increased defense provided, the damage reduction provided by the turret, even if the basic attack landed from the Gatotkacha, that wouldn't have taken Renegade down. But still, that buys time, that buys space, as Liquid will be able to get this turtle without a problem.
Yep, they're gonna trade it though. Turtle goes in the hands of TLPH.
I would say so like
goes down.
Novaria, especially since Hayabusa was already banned, like Novaria definitely fits here. It's a little scary if there's a Hayabusa on the field, but
Respect here by Aurora. You was a hero, by the way, in that last engagement that Sanford held on, but eventually he got taken out. Another shortcut up top. Aurora goes top.
They want to go
Oh!
for Sanford, and all the
Jeez.
combos just connecting onto Sanford.
Sanford.
That was too much for him.
they're bullying him.
Now concealing a potential tower takedown, but JP still goes in. He wants to defend. AOG already cast it down as Carl Ceasy goes for the backup. Here comes
Ooh.
Unleash the Beast. Working
They
on
are able to defend the tower, which is big. Nice catch.
Almost got Demon Kite over there. as
Bro,
JP still
Sanji is a
going on.
sniper, bro.
Here's the extended team fight. Aurora is known for with their lineup, and they're going to be able to take down the daddy.
Good discipline. Great discipline. Okay.
Well done by Aurora.
Instead of fully
Very well done
letting
by
go of
Aurora.
that sequence, they just went back a little bit out of the range of the tower, then re-engaged, eventually being able to stop Team Liquid Philippines' attempt to defend that tower. It even costed them JP's life.
Yeah, and it was so close because Demon Kite barely got away. Had a sliver of health. Oh, mid.
Bird goes in and
Domain down.
bursts down
Oh.
Kite. Forced out to Pedro Esra coming in from US. They bring down Sanford, but that was a trade. An XP laner for a gold laner.
Dark wave flicker by Sanford to start things off. The moment he saw he had an angle onto Demon Kite, what a play by the Apex Predator.
He had some revenge in mind after what happened to him up top, man, with the shortcut, because that might be the answer. You know, that's one of the only ways you're going to be able to take down a Phoveus, bring up the squad through the shortcut, and so Sanford goes and punishes. And it's Domin Kite that they get, too, so that's a good pickoff. Now, for Oheb, he hasn't gone down yet. He's been able to go ahead and farm up. He kind of just has to do that. Oh, Renegade.
Now here comes
Oh.
the whole squad of Aurora. A while ago, it was for Sanford, Sansan brother Sanford.
Chip is
now
becoming
onto
scary.
Sanji in a perfect timing, as one member is down for TLPH for the final turtle take.
Oh, look at the push up top, too.
Dominguez having the time of his life.
For that airstrike. Nice damage. Call it easy. Still able to get the turtle, which is huge. Edward does go down. They're going to jump on a Demon Kite. SOD goes far wide. Value.
Kill swing for the cavalry.
Double kill for the young goat. He won the retribution battle as well, giving them the shield to fight even more. Carl TZ has been killer on this Lucas.
And they get a tower. Big win for TLPH there.
It's crazy to think that we were so adamant on Lucas in the jungle not being, you know, that great just a few weeks ago. And now in the hands of Carl TZ and even Demon Kite when he played Lucas in the jungle, I feel like the idea of that has changed a little bit. Oh, mid lane, they're going to try to hold
Yeah,
it
because
down.
I honestly, beginning of season, I did not like the Lucas in the jungle. I didn't like the Lucas anywhere, really. It seems so lackluster, but for some reason, everyone's just been turning up with it now. Because in the beginning of season, it was lackluster. Boom.
I'm speechless.
I'm going to put this now. That's the perfect skin for the young goat on the Naruto.
It is, and again, man, oh no.
Rennie J got spotted.
Oh, Rennie J, what are you doing, bro?
They're trying to chase for him. 4 members. AOG even already committed. And they're going to burst down to Hitman immediately. Got spotted out by Carl TZ.
Oh, meanwhile, Domin Kite's going to go ahead and just push this tier 2. There's nothing else that they can do, so Aurora might as well get some turrets as they lead in to the next Lord here. The first Lord of the game is 30 seconds away, but right now they're losing.
Yeah, I mean, you have a point, Jazreal. Like, he hits the mark, but when it matters the most, he doesn't. Like, when he needs to hit the mark and get in that fight, he misses.
Continues to work on that. Oheb, though, hitting a big power spike, gets the Holy Crystal now.
It's a good point.
Locked in. He has farmed up so much. He's about 1,000+ gold ahead of Domin Kite, and that's why he's so devastating in these team fights when TLPH decides to go in and fight. So they know they have this kind of advantage and firepower. They'll start up the Lord here, and Domin Kite's still up top, pushing in on the top side. Here comes Renegade.
Spear of Destruction is going to connect, but they spotted out Renegade immediately, already forced out the flicker, and from the back, here comes JP with the AOG. Sanford.
Oheb. Oheb. Well done. GG's. Well done. Next time. See you next time, kids.
Carl, Team Liquid, feel it. Team Liquid can grasp it. Are they on the way to securing top 1 at the end of the regular season?
Sheesh.
Just like you said, they want to take this composition. They want to go ahead and end this game fast. 10.5 minutes into this first Lord pushing in. The way TLPH has been fighting, they could possibly at least expose the entire base here. If they somehow get a decisive win in the team fight department, they might even end the game off this push. So we'll have to see. Aurora has great clearing with this
I'm hungry. It might be cookie time, guys. Might be chocolate chip cookie time after this game.
So they shouldn't lose this game.
If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the like button, please. It's appreciated.
Go ahead and try to play into that. The Lord now on the bottom side with TLPH. They might have to send someone back, but Demonkai still up there. Here's the force.
Are they really going for the split push here?
Okay, Renegade can use the ultimate just to bring back Demon.
They send Sanford back.
TLPH will secure inhibitor turret takedown.
It was Demon versus Sanford last time on the split push.
Liquid have just been mint. We discussed their condition and they've been able to pull it off. Aurora have been able to trade kills. But the sheer firepower that Liquid has in their early to mid, and even, again, going back to the stats, their late game potential through the roof. Aurora are just trying to outsmart and out-trick them right now with macro yet again. Let's see if it gets dragged on even more, or will Carl Teasy pull out another goated performance?
Oh!
Good cast of the ultimate paired up with
Well
AOE.
done.
They're gonna burst down UA
Well
once
done,
again.
boys.
Primal Wrath forced to back out as
Demonkai on the backside, able to find Sanji. He's going to go down for that, though.
From TLPH gonna bring down Demonkai. And a crucial kill for 40 once again. Aurora left to defend with 3.
The 2-for-1 trade, 3 into the base for Aurora. Can they defend against this push from TLPH?
4v3. Onto the middle lane. Edward doesn't have his ultimate.
Oh, Edward, what are you doing, bro? What are you? That was a bad play by Edward. Misstep. Nice feathered airstrike. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. GG's. Well done. Well done. What do you think of Myanmar Super League's tournament? YG top 1, currently Mythic Seal 2nd, and Falcon Esports in 4th place. I don't know, I haven't been following it. I'm going to go grab something to eat real quick.
If you can't go with the flow, you'll get washed. Aurora's top 1 dream.
Can't go with the flow, you'll get washed.
System shock. Team Liquid on top.
Man, oh man.
Another legendary bar from Redmar with this legendary team. Carl Teasy again back on top.
You like that? I got another one for you. You redefine greatness easy. Look for greatness in the dictionary. You get a portrait of the greatest Teasy.
Oh. that one, okay, Redmar, you have to save more for
I didn't know you were a rapper.
Can I just say Redmar Teasy, they're still
But I'm not a rapper though.
That's my sushi senpai. That's who that is.
Take a bow, Aurora. Take a bow, you deserve it. They put on a hell of a fight.
Yes.
I can't wait to see a playoffs mode Aurora though. We got a glimpse of it today. That was wild.
Yeah, again,
wow.
Both these teams have improved so much, and they probably haven't even hit the ceiling just yet, but hope to see more from them in the playoffs, of course. But TLPH right now just looking so locked in, and what was that one thing you said earlier? They're so pristine in game, or they're locked in basically. They're clean. And I can't wait to hear what would they have to say over on stage. Let's throw over for a winner's interview.
Ending the regular season as the #1 seed, your winners, Team Liquid Philippines! Gentlemen, congratulations. What a start of the series ito na nakita natin. Coach RC, talk to us about the approach for...
What else are we watching? What other games should we watch? Hold on. Oh, I needed that. I needed that bad. Dazai. I was thinking, what about an ID game? Is there a good MPL ID game to watch? We watch Falcons versus TNC. Week 7. Week 7, day 1. Yes, if we got no ID games to watch.
I think Falcons would want to take that away.
Time to drop the
Oh, no, still Joy. Still Joy Sapraio. Turn off the Suyo. And looks like we're not going to be seeing Fredrin this time around.
Yep. It was alluded to earlier this week in that very qualifying tournament. They knew it was out and about. TNC, this has got to be a Louis something, right?
Yeah. I want to see them pick up a Louis right now. They play around it so well, and it goes again with the key to victory for both, where 2 birds with 1 stone. You make sure your mid laner has a very good pick right now that can apply a lot of pressure to the opposing team.
Okay, also something to consider now, like what would be the best case against the Joy? Because we've seen a couple different things. There's a Harith and a Badang that come through instead.
Oh.
So what would be best to go in the hands of
Ruby?
Zyda here against the Joy?
I don't know. There's not much that goes. I mean, the Joy is kind of like. I mean, the Hayabusa, but the
Yep, still out there.
Oh, if the
Maybe even
Hayabusa's open, then yeah, that's your answer right there.
Plays a very mean Ling. Back in MDL Philippines when he was back-to-back champion there,
He does.
dude was playing Ling like crazy.
Hey, even in Pandora's debut with then Bren Esports, at the time, Zyda was switching with Carl Teasy. Remember that? Echo Loud, Echo Proud?
Yeah.
Played a mean Ling then, too. Got
So-
to double check, but...
Yeah, no, I think that's very accurate.
Right?
That's right. So, of course, Falcons will get the Lo Yi, and they get the Granger. They might be saving the Pandora for their... Yeah, they want to see the matchups first. They get the Granger, get range, good distribution of magic, so they just need more physical and crowd control. Pandora might end up something with along the lines of a Tigreal or a Hylos.
Or a
even.
Cho.
That's the thing. I'm putting an asterisk on the Cho because I don't know if he has it in him to play the Cho. He probably does.
And it's odd because you're kind of making sure that he has to purify, so
Yeah.
one less target.
Who's Pandora's best pick when he was in XP lane?
It was Benedetta and Paquito.
Benedetta and Paquito?
Yeah.
Am I going
So
duck?
that meta. It's been a while.
Dang, yeah.
No official announcements yet on Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would have been what, season 11-ish? 10?
10, 11.
Yeah, 10, 11.
Yeah.
There's
Hayabusa.
Yeah.
like you guys mentioned. So that does come through for Zyda.
Good bad.
All right, these next bans, focusing on the roam options here even further. So he'll have to dig into that hero pool, of course, but maybe there's something a little unorthodox that they can pull up too.
All right, they're choking down on Lancey's choices. Selena's still very much a volatile pick, but if it works, it works.
I think it was just Lancey. I think they were considering a Novaria Selena again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so again, you don't want that kind of a rattlesnake in the draft.
Yeah. Because again, Novaria was buffed, and it makes more from a burst damage now, not just a cooldown reduction base. A lot of burst.
A lot of surprises, here today.
A lot of bursts.
Let's see what else unfolds. As if the new patch wasn't enough to keep us on our
Was that
toes.
Brigida? I thought it was
Hilda
Brigida for a second.
banned out by TNC. Team Falcons, one more. They can choke out another. I don't think the Novarias were
I was gonna
banned.
say I don't think they go the Novaria.
Don't do that.
They won't ban that, right?
Yeah. Because Nah, yeah, you don't need to ban it. There's still so many options that could be a nightmare for you to deal with. I think you take away a Yaoi pickup right now, huh? Don't you consider taking out a Tigreal or maybe a Cho even?
I like the Tigreal. Like, ban out the Tigreal.
Yeah.
Take out the Tig. There we go.
Yep.
So it's either going to be a Cho or... Nah, they won't Khalid for Yaoi. Oh, yeah. So Cho.
Never doubt yourself.
Never doubt yourself.
I thought it was... I was doubting a potential for a Khalid, but I believed in the Cho.
All right.
This is good.
So now we see for sure what Pandora brings into his debut match as a roamer. This is so odd.
I know they're both on egos, but they do look very different.
All right, let's skip through the draft a little bit.
You mean
It's usually the case for
Right there with the guy
Excuse me.
Oh!
Thamus?
What? Toms.
All right. Back when it was Pandora in the main 5 playing in the EXP, this was a hero that was big too. So could they be channeling an old way of playing
I don't know.
in their, you know, trust the process era of this squad?
What if it's another layer of surprise? What if Pandora, registered as a roamer, is actually playing EXP?
I mean, what's stopping them, right? You could, like, buy the roam boost.
Kind of sussy.
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Well, that last pick is going to be the Valentina. This is also another signature pick for Lancey, I'd say.
I mean, it's Flap Teasy. You can play just about anything, but it just, I don't know.
Frank Beast, like, you just automatically have that.
That's just that.
Yeah. You're
That's
not,
one.
or you're gonna be late entry with a Gacha ultimate. You don't need to, unless you're also looking at just taking away the diversion of the low Yi as much as you can, so that you can also play into that potentially.
Reposition.
Yeah, but the trade in the middle of the map is kind of difficult for a Valentina if it's a Gacha and low Yi you're dealing with.
Outranged you are.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Outranged you are.
Last look at the lineups here.
All dive.
Again, a whole lot of dive. Yeah, and this Thamus pick that we haven't seen too. This is what? This is a debut, right?
It's a debut pick.
This is a debut pick.
With
so
a vengeance, too.
with a vengeance on the Thamus here for Flap and Pandora once again playing here for Team Falcons. The Battle of the Birds here. Team Falcons versus TNC Pro Team in this best of 3 as we jump on in.
Welcome to Mobile
Who will draw
Legends.
first blood in this series? We're gonna find out. And again, a little bit of a different iteration of what people are used to seeing for Team Falcons.
Yep.
But Pandora has the experience, but we'll be able to make it work here in the roam.
I'm gonna say this now: if Pandora plays an amazing game as the roamer here today for Team Falcons, 100% it runs.
Am I still in 4K? Bro,
in 15
it
years,
looks so good in 4K.
Ogwen's son is gonna be a great roamer too.
Okay, you know what? Just to put it into context, Pandora has been playing MLBB professionally, semi-professionally for about 8 years now.
Yeah.
He started in about 17, 18. So
Yeah.
Fids.
beyond him. Like,
Who's
he still
Fids?
plays the game,
What's
even
up, man?
being sixth man.
Yeah. He started doing amateur tournaments in his.
Using my last
neighborhood
name like
even
that, bro.
before
Name dropping
MPL
like that. Why
happened.
Thamus? I have
So
no
he's been
clue,
playing
bro.
For a very long time. So let's see how he's gonna be playing here.
Maybe
in the
something to
room
help deal
alongside
with
you.
the.
This Thomas pick of the
I mean,
EXP
like,
lane might be targeted. It
You
could
pop
be
the ult
their
and maybe
take
you're
on
safe from
potential
the
counter against Badang. So let's see
Like
if
you
that
get
was the
some
case.
life
Is that
back if
already
you get
level 4?
targeted by the fucking what's it called, the Hayabusa. You could maybe do okay against the
Okay.
Benny
Battle
Cutie
spells
on the-
expended on both sides there. But
on the
fine
Harith.
nonetheless. We still got 30 seconds from that turtle to
I
come
don't
up
know.
here. And I'm wondering if that's going to be the case too. You know, if you try to choke down on where's the weak point here for Team Falcons composition, is it
Definitely clear
the
lane
Thamus,
fast and you
know,
can
is
fight
that
for
the
early
best
game,
target
right?
to go ahead and pick off if you're TNC?
Well, he'll be able to buy a lot of time. As long as he's level 4, he can bring up Current, Inferno, and Vengeance. He's not going to be super tanky, but he's not going to be squishy at all. So TNC, if they're going to try to target this Tams first, they're going to need to expect that it's not going to be an instant burst, that they need to balance out the abilities they toss out.
Okay, well, Turtle's up here. First one of the game. Zyda's
Fight for
holding
first
it.
turtle here.
Pandora will
Flap
go ahead and
TZ
force
willing to
them
give up
off
minions
of
on
this.
top
So
side.
He's gonna go for this reset while Kyle
But
TZ makes
TNC
his
stalls
way
it
up.
so cleanly.
But Yaoi is level 4.
Yaoi
Has
looking
to
for the
go
back end.
skip.
Wonder if they know. Flapsy's about to check in.
Oh, he didn't check it. He didn't check it. What a whiff. Flap TZ didn't check the bush. Oh, that hurts.
And just like that, it all crumbles for Falcons. They're being sent out of their own side of the jungle. Wow, it took a while for Kyle to find Yowie.
Yeah, no one called to check it. We thought Flapteasy would, but he just walked past that shrub, and in an instant, with the flicker and the kick, Yowie able to pick off Kyle Teasy right away. And now TNC gets a big lead from that go, considering this a Harith lineup that they have. Benny Cutie doing very well in the gold lane. If TNC gets another big win, it's going to be a big, fast snowball for the Phoenix Army.
Yeah, again, the snowball for them, especially with the lineup that they have, would be really good for TNC in this game, number one. You can already see the gold building up, you know, quite quickly over on their side, too. So for Team Falcons, how do they want to adjust from that? How do they want to be able to respond to that, even if it's the next objective? Once again, anytime Yowie does get the Cho, he's going to find the right targets to go ahead and kick. And so that might be something that Team Falcons has to be a little more aware of. Is
and Falcons has to constantly need to know where Yowie is.
Potential off. But the fact that Few also has the Loi Yi. Oh, hold on. Bottom side, Yowie. Okay, he's going to be fine. Pandora is helping Super Marco, so pops Revitalize, keeps him in the lane.
Yeah, good thing he decided to pop that Revitalize, because I feel like if Super Marco stayed in the red, Yowie would not have hesitated to go in, even though he doesn't have the flicker.
Let's have conversations in the dark.
They thought twice about it, but yeah, in terms of the pacing, this is what we were talking about. TNC Pro team setting the tempo, being aggressive, Yowie getting into the key spots first. He's getting more information and vision compared to Pandora. So things are going well right now for Phoenix Army. Even the crab coin went to Zyda there last second.
You guys remember the first time you noticed, bro? I remember the first time I noticed the shadow effect of when the IMU is targeted on you. Because it used to not be like as obvious. Like the EWC skin, obviously, it's literally a giant EWC logo. Oh, here comes the vengeance. And this is what I mean, right? He's gonna be hard to kill, bro.
That's 3 members coming through. Lord JM expends his kit. Still holding on to the fist crack. The backup was just enough. I don't know if DNC spotted that, but they back off.
Like, if they didn't lose that first turtle the way they did, it would have looked much better for Falcon. But also, there's still the Hayabusa who just hard counters the Joy, man.
The turtle is the next target. Both the buffs going to be up too. You can see, though,
Valentina also gives TNC plenty of utility.
While Zyda goes for his purple.
Aerith is Harith, bro.
So this looks like this is going to be a trade, an objective. Yowie's not going to find the Jikundo, so they got to trade something across the map here.
Oh, overpopulated is the turtle pit right now. Pandora right in the middle of it. Kyle Teasy gets that push. Gonna make a
big kick.
Down bottom, and Few gets kicked.
Down goes Few.
Inside that pit. Yowie gets it.
Few actually able to get away, though.
Stolen one from Lancey. Look at the back line. Flapteasy.
Oh!
Kyle Teasy finds Lord JM. 1 for 1. So
well done, well done.
Lord JM.
Well done.
Lancey gonna be up next here. 2 for the Falcons. Double kill for Kyle.
The gambit worked out for Falcons. They gave up the turtle, but they got a tower up top. They steal a purple buff away, and they get 2 kills to boot, and they only lose Few. They send Benny Cutie back. They're gonna be able to cut this wave, and they'll be able to break another tower down bottom. It's a gambit, a long one, a big one, but Falcons was able to make the most out of it.
Again, showcasing just how good of a team they are, whether it's Ogren, whether it's Pandora. The synergy and the macro decision is still there. You got to remember, too, how long has Pandora watched, you know, the original 5 move across the map, move across the world, you know, so you plug him into this lineup, he's going to make things work just like they have in the past.
I'll tell you, Joseph,
All
this time, Pandora's been watching and taking in all the possible maneuvers that Falcon could do, and who would have thought they would have done that? I didn't see that coming. I could have sworn Kyle Teasy was going to be late.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyle.
And in the middle of this fight, he gets kicked in.
Bro, Kyle,
Benny and Yowie.
what are you doing?
Right, overheating there was Kyle Teasy, so now Falcons, that will slow down their tempo quite a bit. Good thing they were able to take care of the top tower, but they have to give up the bottom one here, concealed by Yowie.
All right, spotted by Pandora, taken out of that conceal.
Yowie's Cho really is just so fucking signature.
From this push, and
Like, I know a lot of players have had signature heroes that, like, everyone knows about.
Super Marco flanking as well.
But, like, it doesn't matter what the meta is at any point. Yowie's Cho is always signature. It's similar to, like, Estes on Oh My Venus. What do you guys think is more signature? Oh My Venus Estes or Yowie Cho?
They just want to keep playing at the macro level. They already got the tier 1 turrets down, top and bottom. So now they'd love a turtle here. They got to watch out for Yawi.
Gets a kick on the one. It's Pandora, very low. Barely holding on. AOG!
Well done. Pandora goes down. Benny Cutie.
Summon Force underneath. Benny Cutie takes a few hits from Flap. Does pop the Vengeance there. Going for the turtle now. Lancey, Lord JM circling like sharks. Zyda still very, very full on HP.
Yeah.
Few goes for the repositioning. Super Mario coming from the north as well.
Yawi.
They find Yawi popping the playmaker. Another summon force by Benny taking out Flapteezy. Turtle secured by Kyle. Lord James running. Look at the top lane. Benny Cutie misses Super Mario.
Oh, that hurts. Wait. Wait. Well done.
Himself. What a trade back and forth. Kyle Teasy.
No shadows, though.
To the rescue. TNC, what a clapback.
So many things happened in that fight. Kyle Teasy somehow getting the turtle, even though we thought TNC Pro Team would take it. We thought Kyle Teasy would give that up, go purple buff instead, but he was able to show up just in time. Super Marco and Few, we thought that they'd be able to get Benny Cutie after Benny Cutie missed Marco after he flickered away, but Kyle Teasy and Few could not get to him as Kyle Teasy decided to back off instead of staying with Few to finish off the job, meaning Benny Cutie now will walk out of that with a total of 4-0-1 in his KDA, but it's still anybody's game.
Yeah, just about as even as it can be at this point. Here's another fact. The Molten Scythes fire up. Flapteezy won his last Thamus game in Season 13 versus then Liquid Echo. Meanwhile, Thamus was last picked by then RSG's
Liquid
Nibor.
Echo, meanwhile.
Last season is when we saw him.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be surprised if that Thomas XP was paired up with a Hellkurt Rome.
It was that season.
Yeah, it was that season.
Easy gets caught out by 4. In comes the cavalry.
Tanky.
That's the cavalry being the Falcons. Lord JM dropped his ult. In comes Yawi, the playmaker. The summon force by Benny. AOG stolen away by Lancey. And Marco barraging down. Taking down Benny. Gets a double, takes down Yawi. And the Falcons aren't done. In comes Kyle Teasy serving up a third for Marco. And Lord JM walking away. Zyda on the other side of the map. Falcons are eating good.
My goodness, I thought TNC
Sorry, I just got thrown off by something.
That, especially after Lancey with the stolen AOG landed it onto so many members, but they held on the sustainability of the Toms, the revitalize of the Gatakacha. Just enough space, just enough time for Super Marco and Few to deal damage and for Kyle Teasy to show up to help Marco secure his third kill.
They're gonna try to contest. All this while, Falcons fighting 2 fights on 2 fronts. Kyle Teasy secures, but Pandora pays the price. Here comes the rest of them. Summon forced by Benny Cutie. Super Marco folding back. And they get to retreat, but they pay the price of Flap and Pandora.
They pay the price.
Diversion.
He uses his own diversion from them.
Few blasts and splats. The 3 members of TNC.
Man, the game IQ to go ahead and check that out, that could have been really bad if they walked towards that. But hey, it was an attempt from TNC. They tried to make something work. It didn't. Ultimately, they should be able to deal with this Lord pretty well. They're not too far
TNC wins game 1, don't they?
As we take a look here at the items falling into place, you know, how's it looking for TNC though, Renmar?
All right, they're still very close in the gold and the items. No Holy Crystal just yet for Benny Cutie, but he should be coming up on that. Definitely we're feeling the nerfs on the Harith in terms of his damage scaling. But once that Holy Crystal is locked in, it's going to feel like the old Harith again. It delayed a little bit though. Diversion up top, but that's only going to be for macro map control as the members of TNC Pro Team are down bottom. Already 4 items core locked in for Super Marco, just built up his Malefic Roar.
Man, Super Marco still deathless so far.
Yawi.
Is he weatherproof too? Right now he's doing fine, but Benny Cutie is just having an amazing game also on the Harith here. So I think for both teams, that's going to be a big part of this late game now. You know, taking care of your gold laners, allowing them to have that positioning to be able to move around these team fights for their best ability to fight.
Yeah, it
Lots
also
of
looks like when it comes to
conversations
big team
in the
fights, as long as
door.
you can dish out the duality procs from his abilities really well, it messes up the team fighting of TNC, leading to Marco being able to free hit, leading to Flapteezy to be able to deal damage. Even though it's not a lot, it's still damage at the end of the day while sustaining the front line for Falcon. So this Low Yi is doing so much in team fights.
There's a diversion fainted by Falcons. Close call. Keeping TNC on their feet.
Yeah, keep them guessing at this point. Conceal going to be used as well. Yawi trying to get some of that information. Again, they're just trying to go ahead and collect what they can. This purple buff, though, is going to get stolen, though, so Zyda won't have that. They're about 40 seconds away from this Lord coming up here, so I don't know, man. I would think like TNC is actually in a position to contest if they want to, and knowing that they have Yawi, and we've seen this actually time and time again, they might just go for that play. You know, and whether that's utilizing the conceal, trying to get a pick off, that might be their best case scenario. If they manage to not get it, then they're okay actually defending in their base as well for this next Lord that could come in.
I wonder where Falcons will, if they're going to try to force a play with a diversion before the Lord, or if they're just going to play it safe. Because right now the team fighting has been, they've been winning, they are leading, getting closer to a 4,000 gold lead, but it's still at a point where TNC Pro Team can out-execute and can turn things around. So I'd like to see
Macro better than MPL Indo? Okay.
And here it is.
Whoop.
No, it's just to move faster to the center of the map.
Yep.
Yawi's in position,
They
too.
might actually blitz. Something tells me that
I like tuned in to a little piece of a game.
Like the past couple of times.
Saw jungle,
Half health, yeah, it is.
jungle,
They might hold it on, though.
Whoop.
You know, Yawi's?
They learned
sword
to
and
check
shield.
Yawi.
What was it?
Something
Jungle
fishy.
Freya.
And Yawi already has the conceal
One
used up.
team.
So this should be a ghost.
Jungle
signal.
Alu
Look at that
too.
chubby
I
right
didn't
down
see
bottom.
that. No,
TNC have to
I
work
saw
on the map.
Jungle Freya on a game.
Oh, this is smart. They're starting Few and Marco along with Pandora to shadow them, to threaten a split because they know they can quickly get back to the Lord pit with a diversion.
That's dirty.
This was like a day or two. This was a couple days ago, though.
Yeah, there's the push now for the wave. This could be their green light, though, to go for it. They know it's just Yawi right now. That wave is still pushing in. They go for the reset.
Oh, they have to send Zyda to clear that wave, and now this fight
Oh,
might actually break out.
or Jam forced the flicker back.
Yawi still keeping tabs on the two. The flicker and the kick.
There we go.
OG
All it takes is one big kick.
goes down. Here comes Raptizi, pops his vengeance. TNC not entertaining him.
I boost him to the backside.
From Benny.
Yawi able to get the Lord.
With the steal. TNC happy with what they got. Kisuber Marco punish.
And they're still
rest
able
of
to kite.
TNC
Zyda.
moving forward. Raptizi barely alive. Falcons fail to thread the needle. TNC with a steal.
Great on-the-fly repositioning by TNC Pro Team. They were able to avoid the main salvo of damage by Super Marco, and they were able to force back Falcons at the right time for that objective. Kyle Teasy, who was targeted by the ultimate of the Hayabusa, wanted to drag it away, but it meant that he was out of range for the retribution. And of course, Yawi with the initiation to start things off, picking off Few. We talked about the low Yi and how much he was doing for the team fights as long as he was free to combo, and they took out one of their biggest problems right away.
Oh, Yawi again. Okay, he's not going to go force that one. They still have this Lord here they got to deal with. Flap will be forced back into the base. Tier 2 turret's going to fall now on the bottom side. TNC finally having some movement and some space to work with. Or JM, they're going to disengage.
This is Lord number 2. Already jumped in.
Already shredded down. TNC. Still don't have a gold lead, but they're not behind too far.
Yep.
Successful defense by Falcons.
Now that it's 105
I think the Hayabusa is going to start to become a problem. Benny as well. Super Marco still bulletproof, which is huge for Falcons.
100% of the time, win the game. Not instantly, but if you get the Evolved Lord, there's a 100% chance so far that you will take it.
Oh man, if they, well, I think that's the thing too, is at this point, we're gonna see the same kind of choreography for the Lord. It's gonna be really up to how they respond to Yawi. Sometimes when he pulls the trigger and goes with a conceal, they back off, they're not able to catch him, and here's a diversion though.
Coming in through that fence brush, 3 gets sent through. Marco, Few, and Kyle. No dice.
Yawi again.
TNC with a successful steal. Grant that purple. Kyle Teasy is starved. Falcons not looking to force anything.
Good thing Yawi went into that shrub for a split second right before the diversion ultimate animation ended. If he didn't, this could have been a very different story.
Whoa! Yawi finds a kick.
Oh.
1-1. But it's Pandora.
Oh,
He does get the
Super
revival.
Marco on the backside, still okay.
Super Marco in the back line, already using his Wind of Nature. Clapped easy. Pops a corner Inferno, sending back 3 members of TNC. Now.
Where are they going? Where are they going? Where are they going?
Oh,
That might have been a bad play. Two split up. Oh, you're dead, bro. You're dead, bro.
Down goes Few. Zyda gets him. Marco blasts Zyda, dashing out. Now Few pays the price again.
Oh, no.
Lord JM looking to finish it. Pandora goes down. It's all just 3. And about it's perfect timing for the Lord.
Perfect timing for TNC off of that one. It just feels like these Death Sonatas and even the Rhapsodies just can't reach the targets. From
and there's
Super
just not enough
Marco, and
damage.
so they lose quite a bit of damage that's supposed to be, you know, affecting TNC. So right now, all of this gets them this next Lord. They're going to wait for that 18+ minute mark.
Did you say the Rhapsodies and the
Not to
Sonatas?
mention, it's such a
That's literally
dashy
what got nerfed
teams.
in Granger.
And it feels
Such a
bad, man.
dashy team
It feels bad.
that, like,
You're
it's just
seeing
so
it
hard to
happen real
catch
time
everyone.
here.
Your range is already
Still
shortened.
deathless, but at the key moments where you just needed to reach, I feel like it's a little bit of muscle memory as well. If you're Super Marco, he's used to it being able to reach further out. But now that it's been nerfed, it's just not landing.
Yeah,
as
that
it used
distance
to.
makes such a difference.
Not the Evolve Lord just yet, if I'm not mistaken. They took it before the 18-minute mark, so the Lord was not able to evolve.
Man,
But they're still going to go ahead and try to end it with this one.
Oh,
this reminds me.
Even the orange.
This reminds me of when they shortened the length of Gord's beam.
Traumatizing for you, huh?
Lord crashing down bottom lane. Falcons are going to lose this one. And now TNC are inside the base. That's permanent damage. Falcons are going to have to play a tighter macro from here on.
I think they still are going to be fine for this push in unless Yowie has something to say about it.
All right.
Oh! Perfect target.
And look at that underneath here too. The fight breaks out. The shutdown on DeMarco. Zyda finds him. And that could be the straw that breaks the camel's back. 3 have been taken out in exchange for the play.
4 for 2. I mean, 3 for 1.
But the
4
base
against 2.
is crumbling. TNC are in here. Pandora and Kaltizi have to
Benny's
defend
still up.
like
Zyda's
hell
still
to
up.
survive.
Pushing in this middle wave.
4v2. Minions coming in.
30 seconds on the clock.
He has his ultimate back. Can they? Will they?
Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's it.
Enforced by Benny Cutie. They need to push back the minions. The base is about half health. Pandora and Kaltizi holding
That's
on.
it.
Gold immortalities
That's it.
popped.
That's it.
And ladies and gentlemen, the Phoenix soars higher in game 1.
Woo, and TNC will come out. You can hear the crowd behind us.
We might have to call it early
Taking
tonight.
the first victory. Game
Some things
1
popped
right now,
up.
This best of 3 versus Team Falcons.
Yowie's Cho, man. Or Cho's Yowie. At this point, both are right.
We may have to
Kids
call it
on
early
point,
tonight.
Finding Few at the right times. And I want special shout out to Zyda. He was on Super Marco assignment and he did it perfectly.
But I'm off again tomorrow. Tomorrow night, I think we're going to jump back in. So we will be streaming tomorrow night, at least for now. We're again watching another series. If you guys have any series recommendations for the past season of MPL, PH, and MPL ID, maybe tomorrow we'll spend some time watching like Japan and some other tournaments from around the world. Because I mean, I feel like we know MPL PH, we know MPL ID. It might be good to study some other teams.
Like I said, if Yowie gets his hands.
But for now, I think we call it, guys, for tonight. Much love. See you guys tomorrow. TREX is out.